This is Darshana Gauchan with your B2B Cambodia Market update for July 30th, 2025. The Cambodia Securities Exchange Index was down 0.21 points or 0.05% and closed at 404.36. Total trade volume was down with 40,157 shares changing hands at a total value of 182 million real or over $45,000. On the main board, two stocks were up. Leading the market was Grand Twins International, up 0.94% or 60 real to 6,460 real per share, followed by Pestech Cambodia, which rose 0.75% or 20 real to 2,700 real per share. On the downside, Royal Group Phnom Penh SEZ dropped 0.47% or 10 real to 2,120 real per share, followed by Akleda Bank, which was down 0.29% or 20 real to 6,860 real per share. The five remaining stocks on the main board, Phnom Penh Water Supply Authority, Phnom Penh Autonomous Port, Sihanoukville Autonomous Port, MJQ Education, and Cam GSM stayed flat. Over on the growth board, JS Land dropped 0.71% or 20 real to 2,790 real per share, while DBD Engineering stayed flat at 2,010 real per share. Akleda Bank once again recorded the highest trade volume of the day with 14,505 shares changing hands at a total value of 99.7 million real or nearly $25,000, approximately 36% of Wednesday's total trade volume. Royal Group Phnom Penh SEZ recorded the second highest trade volume of the day with 9,492 shares changing hands at a total value of 19.8 million real or about $5,000, 24% of July 30th's trade volume. Moving on to the exchange rate, the Khmer Real to USD was stable at 4,005 real per US dollar, while the US dollar index was up from our last report to 98.86. Looking at global commodities, oil prices dipped slightly on Wednesday as investors awaited developments on US President Donald Trump's tighter deadline for Russia to end the war in Ukraine and his tariff threats to countries that trade its oil. The most active Brent crude futures edged down by 17 cents or 0.24% to $71.52 a barrel, while US West Texas Intermediate crude slipped by 11 cents or 0.14% to $69.12. The Brent crude September contract that expires on Wednesday was down 11 cents or 0.15% at $72.40. Both contracts had settled on Tuesday at their highest since June 20th. Gold prices inched higher on Wednesday, helped by a slight pullback in the dollar as investors awaited the U.S. Federal Reserve's policy decision and comments that could offer more cues on the timing of the U.S. Central Bank's next moves. Spot gold was up 0.2% at $3,331.03 per ounce. U.S. gold futures edged 0.1% higher up to $3,328.30. U.S. stock futures inched higher Wednesday as investors analyzed earnings reports and awaited the U.S. Federal Reserve's interest rate decision. As of the time of the Cambodian market's closing, futures tied to the S&P 500 were up marginally, while Nasdaq 100 futures advanced 0.1%. Dow Jones Industrial Average futures slipped by 9 points. This was Darshana Gauchan with your B2B Cambodia Market update for July 30th.